Yo, it's another day, another video, and today guys I bring you the top 5 best guard builds in 2K21. The game's been out for about a week now, and you know, we've got to play against a lot of different builds, see a lot of different builds, test a lot of builds. I came up with these 5 builds. You know, they might not be the best in a few months from right now, right? But right now this is the meta. These are the builds everyone is making, and if you want to win today, check out one of these builds. If you're still trying to figure out what build to make, check these out. But before we get into the video guys, I am going to be doing a big VC giveaway. So if you want to win some VC, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications. Send me a screenshot of you liking the video with the post notifications on Twitter. My ad is OrlandoinChicago, and I'm gonna choose one of the people who tag me in the pic to win some VC. So if y'all need some easy VC, this is an easy way to possibly win some VC. But with all that being said, let's just get right into the first build. The first build I got for you guys is probably the most popular build. We're gonna get into the one you probably want to make. This build is OP. You could make them at shooting guard. You do get more badges. It's a playmaking shot creator, okay guys? Playmaking shot creator. I'm gonna say it straight out. But you can make it at shooting guard. You will get more badges at shooting guard, like a couple more, but you will be slower. You'll be like a couple attributes slower on speed. So if you don't care about taking the hit on speed and getting a few more badges, go with shooting guard. But me personally, I'm going with point guard because speed destroys everybody in the game. Speed is key, you know? So we're gonna go with speed, and the pie chart you want to choose to make a playmaking shot creator, a play shot, is the orange and green pie chart. All right, I'm gonna click on this one right here. And then for the second pie chart, you're gonna want to go with speed. All right, all the builds I am making today, you're gonna want to choose the speed one. Okay, when you make a guard, speed is the most important, because either you're gonna be defending really fast guards or you want to be really fast on offense. So speed, first pie chart. And then you can make this play shot a bunch of different ways. Okay, it's gonna depend on your play style. All right, if you think you're just going to be shooting a lot and playing defense and you're not going to be taking it to the rack at all, or maybe on fast breaks you'll just throw in a layup, you don't really need any of these stats here. So you can max pretty much everything out here. You can maximize your badges like crazy. All right, watch. You can do this. Boom, 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 boom. All right, wait, and we can, hold on, we can tweak this a little bit too. I would do it like this. All right, if this is how I would do it guys. I would do, you know, 1 finishing, 25 shooting, 24 playmaking, and 10 defensive rebounding badges. I feel like if you do not think you're gonna be driving to the rack, this is the best way to make it. But if you think you are gonna take it to the rack, there's 2 other ways to make this build. All right, so I'm giving you choices on your play style. I just can't give you one play shot build because everyone plays differently. You know, some people like to just only shoot, some people like to do both. All right, and this way of making a play shot is if you want to, you know, go in for the layup, but you also want to be able to dunk. You're gonna want to max out your dunk and your layup a little bit. And then you're gonna want to max out your shooting over here. But you're not gonna want to touch post fade. Then you're gonna want to obviously, and then you're gonna want to max out your pass accuracy, your ball handle, and you want to get some more playmaking badges here until you get 23. Boom, right there. And then you're just gonna want to max out all your defense like this. All right, and for this build right here, you're gonna want to get them to 22 shooting, 23 playmaking, and 9 defensive rebounding badges. This is how it's gonna look for this build. All right guys, this is if you want to be able to dunk, do some layups, and you can actually remove, I believe, 2 more from the driving dunk, so you can have more layup. You at least want your driving dunk to be over 60, so when you make this build, you know, you just pick whatever here. You make them 6'3", 4, or 5 of your preference, and you just want the driving dunk to be over 60 to be able to dunk in game, you know. All right, and then the last way to make this build is if you don't think you're gonna dunk at all. Okay, you're not gonna dunk at all, you don't care about dunking, but you still want your inside game to be good, like your layups. You max out your layup, max out your close shot, and then boom, it would look like this. We have 22 shooting, 23 playmaking, and 9 defensive rebounding badges. I feel like this is probably the most balanced because honestly, a 60 dunk, I mean, yeah, it's nice to dunk because you're not going to get blocked, but they are kind of weak dunks. So I don't know. I would go with this, the close shot, the layup, especially since the close shot is OP right now. I don't know if you guys have seen clips and people talking about how close shot is overpowered. It is really overpowered right now. Obviously, I think they will patch it, so increasing your close shot will come in handy down the road, and it's good right now. So I feel like this is probably the way I would make a play shot. I already made a play shot, but I didn't make it like this. I wish I would have made it like this. I get more badges. I feel like this is a perfect, well-balanced play shot build. Okay, and then for all the play shots, you know, you can pick whatever. I'll probably go with, like, you know, compact or defined or something. And the builds, everyone is making them 6'3", 6'4", or 6'5". It depends on your play style. If you feel like you need more speed to get open, go 6'3". If you're a good ISO guy and you're really good at dribbling and you don't care about the speed because you can break people up with moves, I would go with 6'5". 6'4" is just the in-betweener. Yeah, it's just personal preference. I'm not the best dribbler in the world, so I would make my play shot 6'3" so I can get that speed. You're gonna want to reduce the weight, and you're gonna get to a 90 speed right here. And then the wingspan right here is very important. It increases your three-pointer a lot. Look at that. Shooting's really hard this year. I feel like increasing your three-point and mid-range shot is the best way to go. If you guys don't feel comfortable with the small wingspan, you know, go with the regular one. You know, it's still a good three-point shot rating. And when you reach 99, it's still going to be a 90 plus. But I feel like I'm probably going to go minimum wingspan. That's my personal opinion. Okay. So if you guys want to change it, go ahead. I'm going minimum wingspan. And then for the takeover, it's very important this year. I heard the shot creator takeover is not that great this year. The playmaking one, you know, it's always hard to break them ankles. The slasher one, you can't even dunk. So you're gonna want to go with the spot up shooter takeover. And when all is said and done, you have built the greatest playmaking shot creator, and that's why it's on the list. All right, the next build on the list is probably not one of the best builds, but people just want to make it because it is Tyceno's Build. So we got to put that on the list because some people just hop on the game, they see Tyceno dominate and they think he has the greatest build in the world, so they just want to make it. So we're gonna give it to y'all because I know some of y'all don't care about any other build. You guys just want to make Tyceno's Build. So this is how you make Tyceno's Build to the T. You're gonna want to pick the same pie chart as the last build we had. That's the orange and green. And then he went with the speed pie chart over here, and boom, you're gonna want to copy these attributes to the T. And then these are the attributes Tyceno has, you know, 17 finishing, 20 shooting, 17 playmaking, and 6 defensive rebounding badges. He goes with, I believe, the defined body shape. I could be wrong, but he picked some slim body shape. That's personal preference. He goes 6'3". He goes minimum weight for the maximum, you know, speed and acceleration. And then he goes minimum wingspan for the increased, you know, shooting attributes. And boom, this is Tyceno's Build. I believe he did go with the shot creating takeover. So if you want to make the exact same build, go with shot creator takeover. But I'm letting you guys know, man, the spot up shooter one is way better this year. But go with the shot creator takeover. And bam, you have built Tyceno's shot creator. And yo, this build is his build, and that's why it's on the list. All right, the next build on the list, guys, is another point guard. We're gonna keep doing these point guards. You can probably actually do shooting guard for this build as well, but you know, I just like making them point guards. I believe you get more badges at shooting guard as well, but your speed decreases. I think it's like that for a lot of builds. But for this build, this is a build if you want to play guard, but you don't care about dribbling. You just care about shooting. You just want to shoot lights out, you know, and not be small as hell. You're gonna want to go with the whole green pie chart. Pick the speed profile here. 27 shooting, 13 playmaking, 9 defensive rebounding badges, 1 finishing. You max out your driving layup and your close shot. Your shooting's insane. You got a little bit of ball handle. And then you want to make your build, you know, slide or something, you know. You don't want to be too short as this build. I would make them probably 6'5" or 6'6". 6'6" does drop your shooting ratings down a bit and your speed. Honestly, I feel like 6'5" is the perfect height for a sharp facilitator. You're gonna want to do minimum weight, so you increase your speed. I probably go 179. And then for the wingspan on this build, look at this. You don't have to go minimum wingspan on this build. You can actually have a longer wingspan because your 3-point rating is not affected at all. So I would probably go to 83.4 because you still get a 95. So you have a long wingspan. You can play really good defense. You're kind of fast. And boom, there you go. This is the build. You obviously want to take the spot up shooter, takeover badge, and bada bing, bada boom, you have build the Sharpshooter. This is the best sharpshooting build in the game, and that's why it's on the list. All right, guys, the next build on the list is another point guard build, obviously, because we're just making point guards this video. You're gonna wanna pick, this is a one build where you wanna shoot, but you're like a defensive minded kind of person, you know. We need to add a defensive build to the list. Obviously, if you don't care about anything but defense, you can make a pure red and max out your defense, and everything else can just go to whatever you want it to, probably inside. Anyone can make that build, anyone. So we're gonna wanna do a build that can play defense and shoot. And you probably wanna know what's the best build for that, right? You're gonna wanna go with the red and green pie chart here. Red and green, boys. And then you're gonna wanna pick obviously the most speed. Or you're probably gonna want it to look like this. I feel like this is the best balanced, you know, shooting and defending build in the game for a point guard, okay? You get 4 finishing, 17 shooting, 10 playmaking, 20 defensive rebounding badges. So your defensive stats will blow your mind. They're high. You're gonna be able to guard all them play shots. You're gonna be able to dribble a little bit with that ball handle, and you're gonna be able to shoot. Look at your shooting stats. They're gonna go down a bit once we finish this player, but you know, look at it. It's not bad. You're gonna want to make this player, I would go 6'5". I like 6'5". I feel like it's a sweet spot for point guards. I feel like it's just the perfect height, not too tall. If you go too tall, your stats deteriorate, you know. If you go too low, you're just too small, you know. As you can see, the shorter you go, your shooting does not get better on this build, you know. It does not get better. It only changes when you get 6'6" or taller. So 6'5" is perfect. We're gonna go with 6'5". And then for the weight on this, I would go minimum weight to increase your speed. Speed is always good, especially on a defensive build. I know a lot of you people want your strength to be high, but strength really does not matter like that for any build. And then for the wingspan, honestly, for a defensive build, to be honest with y'all, man, I would go max wingspan. I mean, yeah, it's gonna take a hit on your 3-pointer and your mid-range, but this build is meant to be a defensive build, and you get your driving dunk to a 75. You unlock different dunk packages at 75. So you could do 85.1 if you don't want to go all the way max, but I'm crazy. I want to play amazing defense. This is like a build I'm looking into making. So I'll probably go max wingspan. And actually, I might go 85. Yo, this is tough, you know. Personal preference. I'm closing my eyes. 86 it is. All right. And then obviously for this badge, you get for this build, you get a takeover of lockdown, slasher, or playmaker, I would lean towards either slasher or lockdown defender. But if I'm making this build, I really want to lock down on defense. So we're going with the lockdown defender badge. And bada bing, bada boom, you have built a perimeter. I can even say the word lockdown. And this build can do it all, man. Tough on defense, can hit open shots, wide open shots from the mid-range three-pointer, and can finish in the paint. What else do you want, man? If you're not a dribbler, you want to play defense and shoot and do everything else, make this build. And that's why this build is on the list. The last build on the list, guys, we gotta, you know, give this top 5 some different builds, man. We just can't have all these shooting builds, right? Well, this last build is gonna be a little bit more of a fun build. It's more of a risky build, and I feel like it's gonna be a solid build if you just wanna not play the meta, you know. We're gonna want to go with the blue and green pie chart. We have not picked this one. I know most of the pie charts, or I think every pie chart we have picked at point guard has some green in it. It's because, you know, you want to be able to shoot as a guard, but you do want to mix it up for other stuff. But the blue-green pie chart with the fastest speed. All right, and this is how you want the attributes to look. You want 15 finishing, 18 shooting, 14 playmaking, and at least 6 defensive rebounding badges. You're gonna be lagging on those defensive badges, but that's all right, man. This build is just kind of a fun build if you want to goof around at the park and just have a good old time, you know, what, the park, with no worries whatsoever. And you're gonna wanna, we'll just pick solid for this build. You get a choice, man. How tall do you want to make this guy? Obviously, you guys already know I'm gonna go 6'5". Just because too short on these builds are no bueno. Too tall, it messes with your shooting. We're going 6'5", minimum weight. Gonna get to that sweet spot area. Where is it? Right here. Boom, 179. 179. The wingspan on this boy, you're gonna want to go max. You know why you want to go max wingspan? Because you have no choice but to go max. Because once you hit 99 overall, you get an 85 driving dunk, meaning you get contact dunks as a 99 overall. That is hella fun. You're gonna be able to dunk on everybody. You still have a 79 mid-range and a 77 three-pointer, so you can hit spot, wide open dimer, catching passes. And then you get a 77 ball handle, so you can dribble just a little bit. And you can play some defense, you know. This build is fun, man. It's a fun build. For this build, because it's a fun build from all these takeovers, you're gonna want to go with the slasher takeover, because come on, guys, you gotta. And bam, you have built the pure slasher, man. And this build is insane, man. I might make it too. Let me know in the comments down below if you're gonna make this build. But yeah, this build's insane, and that's why it's on the list. But yeah, guys, that wraps up the top 5 point guard builds for 2K21. Let me know if you guys have another fun build or crazy build that you think will go insane in the park in the comments down below. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. But that's all I have for you guys here today. Make your builds, hit that park, man. I'll catch you all on the next one.